I could totally be a second wife. I had a list of like 15 girls as her emergency pickup.
I'm a cool girl.
Cool girl. What in the world? Well, like when I saw your Snapchat location in a freaking parking lot, you could not talk your way out of that one.
If a kid wants to do something, they're gonna do it.
I mean, obviously, that's how you got here.
Thank you so much, Rock Money, for sponsoring this video.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another fan favorite video.
Fan favorite.
We've not done one of these in a while, and you know, if you know, you know. We are back with another Teen Mom Q&A. We're finally going to make these a series. We know that these are your favorite ones. Listen, when we started YouTube, we knew that this would kind of catch people's attention, but we didn't want to just be known as the Teen Mom. Thing. You know, we wanted to still be Jennica and Annica, and now that we've kind of done that, we're gonna dive back in.
Elaborate.
Yeah, and also I feel like our dynamic from when we started the channel to now has absolutely changed. Not anything better or worse, but just different. We have grown, and you're more mature. We're able to talk about things differently. There were still things that I just, wouldn't dive into with her when she was, 14, 15, and now we can kind of talk a little bit more, where she's not an adult yet. But these will still be going on when she is an adult. So, yeah, I know. I feel like, listen, this is what we did. I asked for questions. You guys came through. You coming through with so many questions and so many good questions is the reason that I was like, we need to make this a series. Like, we need to either do these like once every couple months, maybe once a month, something, because these are really, truly questions that people, should know. And it's nothing that we don't like necessarily want to share. We just
don't on a regular basis.
Yeah. So I screenshotted the first 50 questions, and I didn't read.
50?
Yeah, I didn't read. I just made sure there was like good ones throughout there. But I'm gonna have a page. There's 10 on each page.
Okay.
And we'll just kind of like pick one or two from each.
Oh, so we're not doing all 50?
We're not doing all 50.
Okay, that's what I was like.
No. There were so many. I was like, how can I?
Yeah, that's a great
organize this, and so I just did the first 50 and we'll choose from those. And then the next ones, maybe we'll do like let's keep the second set, the part 2 of this from these questions, and then from then on we can use like YouTube comments and still use Instagram and refresh them maybe from follow-up questions that you guys have from these.
Yeah.
Okay? Sorry if my rings are...
Well, when you put them next to the mic, they will.
Well, that's why I did that for effect.
Okay.
But they are going to be close. I use my hands to talk, if you can't tell. You don't really.
No, my hands have been like this the entire time. And my feet are crossed.
And I've got one foot up here. If you are new here, I am Jennica. I am Annica's mom.
I need to resituate now that we've pulled focus to how I was sitting. I wasn't comfy anymore. Continue.
I am Annica's mom. I had Annica when I was...
Drum roll.
14. That is shocking. It is. Listen, this is in no way, shape, or form. We say this. We are not promoting teen pregnancy. I need you to look at me right now. I couldn't do this again. Okay,
I'm never gonna do it. So
okay, we talk a lot during these, so we're just gonna jump right in on the questions.
Mom's starting first with the questions.
I'm starting first. Okay.
So are we asking each other, or
no? We're just saying a question, and if it specifically says, some of them say like for you, for me. So this is just the first one I'm saying, and it's a fine one. Best advice on raising teens from both perspectives. So what advice do you think that you would have for a parent raising a teen? And I'll say, I think the most important thing is to be kind to your teenager, because you can ask anybody on earth, and most people are gonna say 13 to 18 was the craziest or worst. Some of those years in that are gonna have like very tumultuous years for people, and you just got to put yourself as a teenager and remember how big everything felt, and you're just experiencing so much for the first time, and so many different people expect so many different things from you. Like at school, some people could be treating you like some teachers treat you like an adult, or some people are trying to prepare you for the world, and then some people are like, you're too disrespectful, like you're a kid, you need to be acting like a kid. Like, so you're pulled in every different direction, and I feel like that's really the times that you start making decisions that affect the rest of your life. So things just feel bigger, and they are. And I think it's important to still be kind to your teenager and kind of meet them where they are. And you don't have to try to understand everything that they're, but you want to be their safe space.
You're not going to understand everything. We learned that.
Yeah, you're not going to understand everything, and that's okay.
It's okay.
That is I mean, we're literally only 14 years apart, and there's sometimes that I'm like, what?
There's just
what?
a disconnect.
What?
There's a disconnect.
Yeah. So what advice do you have?
I don't know if I'm qualified to give the advice.
You are. What do you want? What do you think? I mean, think back to when you were 13 too, to now being 17. Like, what in those years have you needed from your parents?
I don't know.
Well, what have I done well that you would, you say, hey, somebody else did this?
How you got me from the point I was at 13 to this point is what you need to do. I don't know what you did. Maybe just like letting me learn my mistakes on my own.
Yeah, I really feel like that I learned a lesson weirdly in high school. When my sister was a freshman and I was a senior, I was like, oh, I'm gonna be Marley's big sis that like saves the day. And the very first time someone was mean to her and I was mean to them, the whole thing was like, oh, Marley's sister fights all her battles for her. Like, and I was like, oh, no, I don't want that going around. But like, no, that's not what I want. And also with us being so close too, like I knew that people would want to blame me for a lot of, I just wanted to let you guide you, but
I needed to learn on my own.
Yeah, but it's hard because things are so different these days. You really do have to be so much more informed as a parent, but you can't be over-hover. Like the knowledge that you'll gain of all these things that they're doing, you're like, oh my God, they can't. But you just have to be able to guide them and be a safe space for them.
If a kid wants to do something, they're gonna do it.
I mean, obviously that's how you got here.
It doesn't matter anything. If a kid wants to do something, they're gonna be able to find a way to do it in some way, shape, or form.
And so you just have to do your best as a parent to really try to explain the rights and wrongs, really explain consequences of action. How many times did you hear the word consequences of your action?
A lot.
And I feel like I was expecting like 16, 17, 18 to be really hard, or 17, 18, 19 to be really, really hard, but 13?
I don't know if that was just me personally or like a roundabout general.
No, I think that it's kind of getting, from what I can collect from other parents too, it's that like, it's more the middle school, freshman year.
I feel like because you're more impressionable.
Yeah, and you're just like, I feel like the things that you guys were exposed to now at that age, we were exposed to a little bit later. It's
going down.
Yeah. So I would be prepared for those preteen and first few teen years. Those are real scary because you really did think that you know everything.
Freshman year, I'd say, was where it capped the worst.
I just think that
all bad.
I think 8th grade was really, really bad, horrible
Really?
for me. Yeah. Middle school was really, really.
I don't really remember 8th grade because that was COVID year, so I think I kind of just like erased.
There was a time when I would like get to my job, my corporate job, and my boss, I would make eye contact with my boss and just start crying. Be like, you have no idea what I've already been through this morning with a teenager. Like, I need to go sit down somewhere. Yeah. But I mean, I just had to walk away from those conversations knowing like, I'm the adult here. Like, I can expect her to be mature and I can expect her to act like a teenager, but still at the end of the day, she is the child here. So like, she's not going to grasp any situation we're talking about, either where I want her to or in what I want to say. And also, when you're fighting with your mom, you don't want to hear anything you say. Like, you just have to remember how really mad you would get at your mom. Like, I remember sometimes when you were genuinely so mad at me, I would have to remind myself, she genuinely is this mad at me right now. Like, she thinks that don't use this word lightly, she thinks she hates me right now. You know, she genuinely in this moment, it's not like I can be over here like, I know she loves me. Like, in this teenage moment right now, like, she thinks that she hates me. And I can't, like, I have to give her space to cool off from that. I can't be like, no, you love me. You know, like, you just have to meet your teenagers where they are. Okay, I'll do another one from this page. Because I'm no longer a teen mom, do you forget I was and feel no different?
No.
You always kind of...
Yeah.
I feel like our relationship compared to a lot of your friends' relationships, like it is just different.
Yeah, like especially when I'm like at Glamour and see people with their moms, I'm like, that ain't...
Well, do you like, do you wish I was a little bit older sometimes, or
no.
do you know?
Because I'll see parents be like, they make dresses with slits this high, and I'm like, if my mom told me this, I'd say, Mom, it's a slit.
I think that just has to do with a lot, that I'm not very, like, I'm chill.
But I just never, like, you're never...
I'm never shocked by, like, fashion or, like, what song's out or, like, what,
I don't have to worry about those kind of things.
Yeah. This one was just right beside, I was deciding between these two, so I'm going to go ahead and do this one too. Do you wish you could have had Annica later in life if you could have chosen to? This, I struggle with a lot because they'll have, like, waves of if I do something really good or if I handle something really well. I'm like, holy shit, 5 years ago, like, I wouldn't have handled that like that as a parent. Like, I would have screamed a little bit more. I would have not, I just...
But that also wasn't what I needed at that time.
Well, that's not necessarily true. I feel like sometimes I do get very guilty that you did not have a more mature version of me younger. Like, we had so much fun. We always had fun.
So it's fun. I don't remember anything.
You know, like, obviously I wouldn't have done anything different because we both, like, you ended up how you were supposed to. I'm very proud of you, but it is one of those things that it's 100% everything happens for a reason, and everything happens exactly like she was supposed to. It was exactly, this was supposed to be.
Yeah.
And I think that if I would have gotten to this point in life and still been single, like, I don't know if I would have wanted any children, but I think I would have wanted to experience being a mom, and, like, so now I got to do that, but I don't have to, like, have a kid. I've already so many years ago. Yeah. Okay, your turn. Who remembers this? It's Dr. Pepper.
This one could be interesting.
Okay.
How transparent are we with each other about our finances?
Oh, that's a good one. Well...
So the way that our banking works is that she sees how much is in my account right below how much is in her account. So any transaction I make, she can see.
Yeah.
That doesn't stop me from doing anything.
And that is just because she's underage. Like, she had to be on, like, a parent account. Like,
so that doesn't stop me from buying anything. It just, in the back of my head, is always there. Like, hope she doesn't see this one.
Yeah. I feel like I've definitely made some mistakes parenting-wise and telling you, like, because I don't know if y'all know this about me, but I will share literally anything. Like, the only things that I don't share with you guys are things that, like, affect other people. Like, I will share anything about myself. And so, especially with her, like, when she would ask stuff, I would just straight up. Now, let's go back. This has been even before YouTube. Like,
probably 2018.
Yeah, I mean, just once she even started, like, kind of knowing what money was, I'm a single mom. I had to be like, no, we can't afford that, or no, we needed this bill's due this week. Like, so she had to be involved with, like, that, because also cheer was very expensive, and, like, I still wanted her to not miss out on anything. And I did feel like and not on purpose, I kind of shared too much, and you started having anxiety about it. And I was like, whoa, this is not what I meant. You can't worry about money. Like, you genuinely have you cannot worry about money. And we always knew she was going to get a job as soon as she could, but
I think in some way, though, that created, like, a good spending habit for me.
Yeah, you're better with Now listen, I'm trying. A lot of you have questions about money a lot, and I really am trying actively to learn, but this is genuinely the first time in our lives that it's not just been like a paycheck to paycheck situation. And I need you to know that I'm 32 years old and just now saying that, and that's okay. Like, we weren't taught these things in school, and I think that it is so important to kind of teach yourself and find people that know more than you to help you. But I will say that I wish I wouldn't have shared so much at first. And I feel like now we're learning together, which is nice.
Yes.
So everything we're kind of doing, when we're talking to financial people, like, we're talking to them together. And Annica genuinely is about to be 18. So I want her to, as soon as she is able to start establishing credit, it to only be good, because obviously, like, I opened a credit card to get school books and it ruined my credit for like 5 years. Like, I don't want her to be in those situations. So we're really just trying to, like, learn together, which is a great way to tell you about today's sponsor. Today's video is in partnership with Rocket Money.
Rocket Money is the all-in-one app that helps you save more and manage your money better.
Rocket Money helps you safely and securely identify subscriptions. You can even use the app to cancel those subscriptions with no need to worry about customer service calls. You're also able to lower your bills with Rocket Money. You can upload a photo or sign in with your provider for internet, cable, and phone, and Rocket Money will do the negotiation for you.
Rocket Money will also help you set personalized budgets. Rocket Money can analyze your spending and create custom budgets based off of that, which is perfect for a 17-year-old needing guidance with her big girl money.
Yes. I truly have used Rocket Money for a couple years now, and it really has helped me understand my money a little bit better. You can go to rocketmoney.com/Jennica Annica to get started for free.
That's rocketmoney.com/Jennica Annica, or the link in the description to get started for free.
And thank you so much, Rocket Money, for sponsoring this video.
This one also could be interesting.
Okay, you love some drama.
Best and worst thing about being close in age.
Ooh, okay.
Best thing, she knows every lyric to Karma. Like, I pull up any song and she just, like, she knows the trends. If I'm like, Mom, I need this bow sweater, she's like, yeah, you do need that bow sweater. You're very understanding of me being a teen.
Yeah.
And I think it was because you were in a teen not too long ago.
Well, and also I didn't get to do a lot of the simple things that teens get to do, so I'm so excited. Like, it's almost like me getting to experience them too,
Yeah.
you know?
Like, I what was the thing that I sent you the other day? It was a set from Urban Outfitters, and I said, do I need this? And she said, unfortunately, you do.
Mm-hmm.
And I just did.
Unfortunately.
So,
because that was the case. And we're really on our New York saving.
Unfortunately, I needed the set.
Yeah,
It's
unfortunately.
It's going to be my moving day set. We've already decided.
Yeah, it was.
So, it was needed. Anyway, you're just very understanding in those ways and, like, are okay with me buying trendy stuff and, like, I can sing with in the car and, like, all that kind of stuff. The worst?
I know what the heck is up. Like when I saw your Snapchat location in a freaking parking lot, you could not talk your way out of that one. You could not talk your way. I said, what in the world do you think you're doing? Not answering my phone call.
Oh,
Oh! Now, if I'd have been 10 years older, you could have gotten away with that. No problemo.
Oh my god. What did I even say? That I was grocery shopping?
No, you said that y'all were like meeting somebody or something, and I was like, that parking lot is literally hidden from other parking lots. Like, I know that nothing else besides sketchy stuff is going down in that parking lot.
That and... But, like, I know at the end of the day, like, I can try to get my way out of it. I'm not going to. But, like, I know I'm not going to at the end of the day. So
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
When I don't, it's not that big of a deal to me.
When she knows she's been caught, she still will like obviously be laughing, lying about it. And I'm like, oh, well, now you just think that this is a joke. She's like, no, we were there meeting somebody's dad. Like, she'll start throwing in like, we were there for Bible study. Like, I'm like,
Oh my god.
yeah.
Yeah. That's a
Okay,
good
wait.
one.
So what was the question?
Best and worst.
Best and worst about our. All right.
Close
Okay.
age.
Okay. I think the worst for me is because you know when to not take me. Like, when there'd be times where I'm trying to like be such a mom, and she's like, girl, you were born in 1992. Like, you don't even.
I'm like, am I supposed to be like feeling bad right now?
Yeah. So sometimes when I'm like momming a little too close to the sun, she's like, let's pipe down. Like, I
Take
know
a step back.
like you bring it down. The best is just really truly like we genuinely do enjoy so many of the exact same things. You know what I mean?
What?
I mean, like the same type of concerts, the same type of
Oh,
movies, the same type
okay.
of shopping. Like,
Yeah,
we like
yeah.
to stop at the same store. Like, and that's just, I don't think that necessarily is age, though. Like, a lot of moms and daughters are like that. But, okay, wait, age.
That could be age.
Yeah,
Like, you could want to go in JCPenney.
that's true.
And we only go in Dillard's to go to the bathroom.
No, sometimes they have good shoes.
They do have a Levi's section.
And they do have a great Levi's section. You know what? We love a department store, actually.
But
Okay.
Dillard's over JCPenney.
I think Dillard's over it, yeah. What's your ranking for the department stores? We love them all, honestly. So let's maybe not talk trash if they want to work with us one day. Macy's, love you. Kohl's, we love a Kohl's.
Saks.
Saks, oh yeah, Saks.
Bergdorf.
No, I would say Bergdorf.
Bergdorf's
not a department store.
Saks.
Okay.
Nordstrom.
Yeah.
Dillard's. Kohl's.
I feel like Macy's should be in there.
Dillard's, Kohl's, Macy's. I couldn't tell you if I've ever been in a Macy's.
We went in the huge one and
Oh.
we're getting off topic. Okay. This kind of is a repeat question that we've gotten over the years, and we kind of just touched on it, but is it hard or rewarding to see Annica experiencing things that you couldn't at that age? It is absolutely, absolutely rewarding every single time. It really is like me getting to do it.
Yeah.
And also,
I've
I'm just,
never gone more than like 10 minutes without calling you anywhere I am or sending you videos.
and
or,
it's just
like,
fun. I think that, you know me, like I like to romanticize anything anyway. So like when she would get to go like to a party without a curfew, like I would just think, oh, she's at a little party. Like it's fun, you know, like
And I, in my soul, wanted to leave the moment I got at the
and I
party.
think that's why I was able to enjoy it too, because I knew that she has a good head on her shoulder. So I do have the good fortune of like not worrying about her as much. Like obviously I know that there's little magical sprinkle dust that some boys can like sprinkle over you, and you're like, oh wait, what? I don't know who my mom is. You know, or there's times when your friends are wanting to do something and you know you probably shouldn't, but it's gonna be so fun. Like, I just imagine her like looking back on the good memories, and I'm like, I want her to create those memories, so she has to do the things to be able to create the memories. So no, it's always rewarding. I love like when you were at nationals, because I only got to go to nationals with All Star. I never got to do like high school stuff. Our high school didn't cheer like that, and so anything like that, I love like getting to watch you experience. Like when you went to Hollister, I was in my head like, if I in high school wearing Hollister would have known that one day you were going to be at Hollister headquarters, like that, it's just cool. It's cool every time.
I'm a cool girl.
Cool girl. Is there one moment you wish you could relive, and what would it be? I feel like I love all stages. Are you thinking of one specific thing? What?
It's bad that that's what came to mind first, and it has nothing to do with this video at all.
Is it the Taylor Swift Eras Tour?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Which one?
LA.
LA. Yeah. You know what? I was actually just thinking about that this morning.
I want to go.
Because I watched the Lily, the little Australian girl, get the 22 hat, and I was just like, oh my, like her and her mom. I watched a bunch of the little mom and daughter Taylor Swift videos, and I was like, that was just that. Like she brings so many mom and daughters together, especially moms now that we're Swifties, and like I guess any mom like my age-ish with any age kid, like it's fun getting to relive that kind of stuff with your daughter. I was technically gonna say, when I like think back on like the first maybe like 18 years of your life, I know that right now, like once we've lived in this apartment, like have these animals or doing that, you working, like we are having so much fun right now, and this genuinely, like this is the better than I could have dreamed of. Like this is exactly like I love where we are. I love what we're doing. Like this is what I wanted for you these last few years, and even beyond what I wanted for you. However, besides now, when I'm like looking back, I loved our time when we were in Florence, and it was like right before I started working my first like big girl job at the casket factory. Back then I was a full-time student with part-time jobs, and so I worked part-time at a dance studio. And when I had my classes, she was at like a half-day daycare situation. So other than that, we were just like, I was an 18, 19, 20-year-old. She was a 4, 5, 6-year-old, riding our bikes around our little Florence town, like riding downtown, going and looking at the lions, going and laying by the river. We didn't have anything. I mean, I don't want to like start crying. I'm trying to get myself together.
No.
We didn't have anything, but we had fun every...
No, you can't cry because I'll cry, and I have to go into work after this.
I knew it was going to happen. We just had fun. And I was so stressed at the time too. Like we didn't have anything. So I was always worried about, groceries, and I was, and life, but...
My puff is gone.
I have some stuff.
Okay.
Sorry guys, I really, I was gonna say I didn't mean to do this, but it's gonna happen once a video if I'm talking about my child. Like it is. I guess I'll let you go first. But yeah, we just genuinely like had so much fun, and then as soon, of course, we were like 2 women, so as soon as it would get dark inside, we'd scurry back inside, and we would we would watch Hannah Montana and iCarly.
No, I don't.
And Victorious. And that was it. That was but we just had so much fun. We had so much fun.
If we don't want to cry, we should probably move on to the next question.
Okay, find another question. I guess I want to say to those moms that are in that like struggle point, that are just like, you'll look back and you won't remember the bills. You'll remember the fun. So just have the fun. My lip is quivering. My lip is...
Stop! Stop!
I cannot not cry. Can we get some fucking AC?
Like, when did this happen?
We're gonna clean ourselves up, but we'll be right back. I mean, if I experience an ounce of emotion, I start bawling.
As a mom, you're always teaching me things. What's something I taught you?
Oh my God, patience. Patience. You have taught me. You know what? I was also thinking about this weekend when I was editing away. We've now been doing YouTube for 3 years, and I feel like when we started, and even kind of how I've operated, is I kind of see the vlog in my head, or I'll see what we're doing, and then it kind of goes that way. So when we were filming, if something would go a different way, I would just cut, or I'd be like, no, stop, we're staying on this path. And you've really shown me that, and I think it's a lot of like your generation, you go with that. If something happens, or if I feel like a lot of my generation like wanted everything to be picture perfect and like wanted really the aesthetics and wanted it smooth and wanted stuff to be for other people. Whereas you are much better about like it being you and just go with the flow and really genuinely whatever happens, like this could be happening to anybody else, you know? So I think you've shown me how to go with the flow a little bit more and how to be patient. Yeah. This is kind of just a basic answer, but I feel like a lot of people want to know these things. And this is, how did you care for her while you were in college? Were your parents supportive? Obviously, you guys know that I have had supportive parents from day one, but I, for college, moved to a state where I did not know anybody else. Like, it was literally, Annica was the only other person that I knew. So I tried to set her schedule up at daycare because at the very first year, my freshman year, she was still in like a paid daycare and I was a student. So I set my classes up to the morning where it was just the half day. So she was able to just do a half day so that I could afford that a little bit better. So I would get up in the morning and I would stroll her on the pretty mornings, obviously in winter we drove, but I would stroll her to her class and she would go to school, and then I would leave her stroller at the church and I would walk to my classes. I would do my classes and then I would come back and pick her up, and we lived in the downtown area. Her school was in the downtown area, so we just kind of like made that our little playground because we didn't have any sort of like yard or anything. But then once she started school, I was so thankful. I was like, I cannot wait I cannot wait for her to start public school. So she, once she started school, then I was able to kind of disperse my classes between 8 and 2:30, and I still tried to be out by 2:30 until my junior year. And I was just like, she's getting more and more expensive. And so I then got a full-time job. And once I got the full-time job, after school, you rode the bus to Play World. She rode the bus to a little like after-school program that she was there until 4:30, not super late, and then I'd pick her up after that. So once we moved here, though, it was a whole different story. You did the after-school program, or my dad would pick you up. Yeah, my nana. We had some family back in town once we moved back here, but other than that, you were at the sorority dorms. When her school was closed, I would email my professors, and they would either tell her to come with me, or every single professor always said she can come to class. Other than that, you were at the and I had a list of like 15 girls as her emergency pickups, because it would like whoever wouldn't have class right then.
Because they'd be like, who is this person to you? And I'd be like, my aunt.
I would say, you just gotta start saying family friend. You gotta start saying family friend.
I was like, I don't know, she's in FAMU, her dorm's really cute.
We have ladybugs there. Did you push relationships away so that you could focus on your daughter? Yes and no. I feel like after a certain point, like I knew, listen,
it ain't for you.
I'm not going to find my soulmate right now. Like I really did know that I was only going to be 32 when she was like becoming, and at that point I was like, what if she like moves out then, goes to college, whatever. I looked at it as I only have a few more years for her to be in my home. Like I want to spend those years with her, and also just with the group of guys that was around me, the pool of guys around me. I was like, I could wait until I'm mature. I could totally be a second wife. I'm not gonna, like, you'd be done. You had your kids too. I have my kids. We come together later in life once we've got our careers established, once we've figured things out. We don't have any more jealousy stuff going on. Like, I could definitely do that, but I'm also now at this point good.
We're both at the same point in different parts of our life where I'm only gonna date someone if they can do something for myself that I cannot. And there's not many things. Yeah.
Well, you also are about to dip too, so you're not trying to like.
Unless he's a Knicks player and can get me front, like courtside on the Knicks, I'm good.
That's something that would be brought to the table for sure.
Yeah, for sure. But other than that, like, I can get up in the bleachers myself.
Yeah. I also just didn't really want, I like love so hard, and I knew that I would be really invested in any relationship I was with, and I didn't want Annica to see me tore up like that, to be totally honest.
Or if they can get me to meet Taylor Swift.
That would be also.
So, Kansas City Chiefs would also work. I don't want to live in Kansas City though.
I think you're getting ahead of yourself.
I am. But that's the only way I'm gonna be with a man.
Yeah. Did Annica ever feel like she had to mature or grow up quicker?
I think I just did naturally.
I think that you just did. I think that you're the type of person that does like organization and control.
I like to be on my own.
Even when it was like toys.
Yeah. Like I just like things the way that I like it. And I like to be able to do things on my own.
But I do feel like you were only with people so many years older than you. Like, we never, like, me and my friends never baby talked her.
Yeah.
We never, like, she just did whatever we did. And so you always just were. I always joke, like, once her friends started having, like, boy drama, she was, like, so tired of hearing, like, so over it. She was like, I'm not doing that. You know, so, and I always say, like, she's been brunching for so long, like, by the time her and her friends start going to brunch, she'd be like, guys, I know how to brunch, okay?
Yeah.
And, you know, so I think there's kind of a double-edged sword to it, for sure. Like, you really did grow up fast, and you matured fast, and that did help you in, like, school and work sometimes, but you also...
I wanted to. Like, I don't want to be not responsible
Yeah,
or
but
not...
you could have been a kid for a little bit longer. It was...
Why?
Because it's fun to not have responsibility.
But it's even more fun to be on your own and be able to, like, have your big girl money and, like...
I think that we'll clip this in 5 years and see. Oh, that's a picture of Myrtle. Sorry.
This is a good one to end on. Do you want Annica to go to college deep down?
No. No.
What would I study?
This is the thing. I think that you're going to start seeing the first generation of parents that did do what we were supposed to and go to college and get a degree, and still very few of my friends do not have a mound of student debt. I don't feel like we were very well educated in that one. And it's really, like, our generation is that first one that kind of started, but the way it was pushed to us with FAFSA and stuff, it was very unfair, and we're not going to make this a college podcast, but I don't want Annica to go to college unless she for sure wants, if she even wanted to go for a little bit for the experience, I'd be like, okay, well, let's figure this out. But because I genuinely had such a wonderful, life-changing time in college, but I wanted to be there and I wish I could have finished. But I know that in 2024, you do not have to have a college degree to be successful. And in 2010, when I was graduating, it was preached that if you want to be successful, you have to have a college degree. You must have a college degree to be anything in life, and that's just not true anymore. So I'm very glad that I have that perspective, and I would only want her there if she wanted to be there.
And no way you're catching me on campus.
Maybe you'll catch me back one day. Never thought about that, huh?
You could go back.
I could go back.
Do your credits still count?
Yeah.
Well, that'd be super easy.
I wouldn't say super easy, because now I'd be in the last, like, year and a half of...
Fair.
Yeah. So it'd be all the thesis and things.
I think you could do it.
Oh, I know I could do it, but do I want to do it? More money, and I do like learning. It would just have to be, also, like, when I was graduating, social media wasn't, like, social media marketing, or I think I'd wanted to go for more, like, filming and editing. Production. I genuinely would love to learn more about editing.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, well, this will not be the last of this. We're going to get some more questions from the rest of these Instagram rounds, and then we will start fresh. And let us know how often you guys want to see these, any suggestions you might have for this series.
And thank you so much for watching this video, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.